Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, when William Ruto took over power, he started as a man who was kind of going to defend Africa. We saw him in a Kaunda suit, and of course that is Africa. We saw William Ruto talking about African countries having their own currency and not depending on dollar. That was Ruto. We saw him in his speeches talking about Africa being independent. But for those who do not understand, Ruto took him serious. We Kenyans, we know when Ruto is talking, take the opposite. The reality is that William Ruto is an agent of the West. He's working for them, and Kenya is on threat. I saw Kio Mutata commenting on this issue, and this was after the government listed 11 key parastatals that they are going to sell. According to Kio Mutata, William Ruto's head is empty. It is empty because some of the things that he's doing, they are a potential threat that faces Africa and black people. Because when you sell those assets, then what are we remaining with? Okiya Mtata is telling us that soon William Ruto is going to be impeached because he is actually facing treason in terms of what he's doing. And even those who have been defending Ruto are going to walk away from him. They will not be with him, and they are going to stand in the line of defending the country. So Ruto is going to face impeachment.
So William Ruto, I think, is empty. His head is empty in terms of what are the existential threats that face the black people, that face Africans. And some of the things he is doing are bordering on treason. So for me, I think William Ruto is going overboard. And where we are right now, we might be facing an impeachment very soon. Going down the line, he might be impeached. If he doesn't change course and begin understanding what Article 1 says, that the people of Kenya are sovereign. And when they elected him, there was nowhere in his manifesto where he said that the IMF and the World Bank are going to govern Kenya when he gets into office. He promised to govern this country, but he's destroying it. Everything is crumbling in 1 year. It's not acceptable. So he needs to shape up, or he might get impeached down the line. I don't think his MPs will die with him. They're going to get a point whereby he can be impeached if he doesn't change course.
Now we are continuing this panel discussion, but just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the truth is that William Ruto is not in charge of this country. Whatever he's talking about, it is an advice that he's taking from somewhere. So he has agreed to work for some people. He's not working for you. He's not working for me. He's not working for this country. Ruto is working for the West. The truth is that IMF has become the advisor of William Ruto. And they have pinned William Ruto down. He has no option but to do what they are telling him. Only the problem we are facing is an advice from IMF and World Bank, who advised William Ruto to go and sell KICC, Kenya Pipeline Company, and the rest of the other 9 entities which are very key to this country. I heard Mtata saying that some of the entities that Ruto, the parastatals that Ruto want to sell are more older than him. Zilijengwa kabla hajazaliwa, lakini hana heshima. He want to sell them. Who is advising this? IMF. And the other day we were told that IMF has now approved Kenya for more loan. Now they can get loan. Why? Because William Ruto took their direction. So there is one question I always ask. Between IMF and the Kenyans, who voted for William Ruto? He listened more to IMF than he listened to the electorate. Between IMF and the Kenyans, who is paying taxes? He listened to IMF than the taxpayer. And we are in a mess. Now we are being told that you have to buy an ID. Whose advice is that? Remember the entry of IMF and World Bank. Wanaambia from the beginning, yule president mwenye alikuwa, for you to get loan, now you have to do 1, 2, 3 to show us that you have the potential to repay the debt. Hiyo ndio watu walianza kulipa kwa hospitali wakihudumiwa. So when you go to hospital, it was free. But now you are told that you have to pay some charges for treatment if you go to hospital, which was free. The medicine in the hospital was taxpayers' money. Lakini wakasema ya kwamba utaanza kulipa. Whose advice was that? IMF. Tukafika mahali people are paying school fees. Hatukuwa tulipe school fees. Countries like Sri Lanka, where even China was taking over, they don't pay school fees. Even in college, you don't pay. It's free. Unless wale wako na option ya kwenda kwa private. But they don't pay. They only buy uniform. Na unaenda shuleni. You don't buy books. You don't buy pen. Hapa Kenya. So, those who advised the then president watu waanza kulipa gharama ya matibabu, he's now telling William Ruto watu waanza kulipa gharama ya kupata kitambulisho. He's telling him, you sell this paracetamols so that you can now show that you have the potential to pay. Siku ingine mkitaka mkopo itatoka wapi? Because now Ruto is proving that soon JKIA will be on the list. Soon Mombasa port will be on the list. Even after finishing the SGR loan, it will be on the list. Hata Kisumu, it will be on the list. And this is how it starts. That's why Omtata is telling us that William Ruto is facing treason. According to what he's doing. He's selling the country and he's doing it without fear. And because of that, what can happen to him is an impeachment. The truth is that even those who campaigned for Ruto are surprised. Some of the UDA members of parliament are speaking truth to power. The other day, I shared a video. People like Boni Khalwale, they have decided that they better speak the Wanjiku language than the UDA language. So in Boni Khalwale, the Wanjiku language is more louder than the UDA language. Those are the people that Okiya Omtata is talking about. It has reached a point where now members of parliament have to stand in defense of this country. If they don't, then at one point they will be blamed. Najua kuna wabunge wengi sana sana Mount Kenya who will praise William Ruto every time, even when they know that he's wrong. Lakini anza kuangalia what is happening in Rift Valley. The larger Rift Valley. They are speaking the truth to power. They are now started telling William Ruto the truth. And it will start like that. Na wengine watakuja ndani. Ruto atafika mahali where he will be alone. And I'm telling you, whatever he's doing, it's clear that this one is just going to be a one-term president. The worst for him is that he might not even finish that term. Hii term moja hata imaliza kwa amani. IMF inamwambia ongeza bei ya mafuta, anaongeza. So everything is expensive in the country. And he does not care of anything. He's arrogant. He focused on pleasing IMF and the World Bank. That's the problem when you have a president who was not elected through the ballot, but a man who was put in power by some individuals. So when Mudavadi was talking about someone being remote controlled, the real person who is being remote controlled here ni William Samoei Ruto. IMF imefanya Ruto kama remote, imefanya kama something that is being controlled by a remote. So wakifinya hii ni hivyo, wakisema hivi ni hivyo. So to demonstrate what Mudavadi was telling us during campaign, that Uhuru will be remote controlling Raila, IMF is remote controlling William Samoei Ruto. World Bank is in charge, and Ruto has failed the country. He's not for Africa. Ruto wants all assets for Africa to be sold. Africa is going to be empty. Hawatakuwa na kitu. And that is what IMF want. That is what the West want. They want to control everything. So they make you poor, so that they become the ones to decide for you. Ruto is not for Africa. Even the issue of strengthening currency, Yameharibika Kenya. Sasa ni nini atatengeneza ama ataunga mkono kutengeneza African currency? He's not for that. Ile kaunda suti yake ni ya ukora, uongo na wizi tu.